everybody. And today we are not going to talk about any kind of gyan or anything. This is going to be about real life and what we do in real life. Now, the question to you all is, are you always looking for the right answers to everything? I mean, you have questions and you're always looking for answers. Is this right? Or this is the way to do it? Well, we're always doing that. We're always trying to find the right answer. When we solve problems, our first instinct is to find the right answer. In boardrooms across the world, executives fall over each other to be the first to deliver the correct answer to perceived problem. Doctors assume they've got the right diagnosis based on symptoms they've seen in the past. Now, here's the problem. When we immediately launch into answer mode, we end up chasing the wrong problem. When we rush to identify solutions, when we fall in love with our diagnosis, our initial answer hides better ones lurking in plain sight. The difficulty lies, as John Maynard Keynes puts it, not in the new ideas, but in escaping from the old ones. This is known as the Einstellung effect. Now, in German, Einstellung means set. And in this context, it refers to a mental set. When we're familiar with the problem and when we think we have the right answer, we stop seeing alternatives. And life is all about alternatives. The initial framing of the question and the initial answer that we have in our mind, they both stick. Now, our education system reinforces the Einstellung effect. In schools, we are taught to master problems, not to reframe them. The problems are handed to, they're forced upon the students in the form of problem sets. The phrase problem set makes this clear. The problems have been set, Einstellung effect, and can't be changed or questioned. A typical problem sets out all of its constraints, all of its information, comprehensively and in advance, as high school teachers put it. The students then take the pre-packaged and pre-approved problem and plug it into a formula they memorized, which in turn spits out the right answer. Now cut to our adult lives. We bring this conditioning into our adult lives. We continue our search for formulas, life hacks, and right answers. We ask the same cliche questions over and over again. We ask the question, how do we think outside the box? But expect different results. Over time, we become a hammer and every problem looks like a nail. But finding the right question is often a key to finding the solution. Every answer, as Harvard Business School professor Clayton Christensen puts it, every answer has a question that retrieves it. The answer is often embedded within the question itself, so the framing of the question becomes crucial to the solution. If you define your problem as a missing hammer, there's only one possible solution, finding a hammer. But if you reframe the problem as a nail that's sticking out, other solutions might work just as well. Albert Einstein reportedly said that if he had an hour to solve a problem, he'd spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes thinking about the solution. Now, there is no evidence that he actually said this, but he did believe that the formulation of the problem is often more essential than its solution. Now, research supports this. Expert physicists spend more time than novices in understanding the problem before they begin crafting solutions. The most creative art students spend more time in the preparation stage and less time than their creative counterparts. Now, the most effective businessmen and women spend more time on strategy and how it will affect their business, and then manage to execute quicker. Even after spending time viewing the problem from different angles, the more creative individuals keep an open mind, and they stand ready to make changes to their initial definition of the problem. So the next time you're tempted to engage in problem solving, try problem finding instead. Ask yourself, am I asking the right question? Is there a different way of framing the problem? If I change my perspective, how would the problem change? Breakthroughs, contrary to popular wisdom, don't begin with a smart answer. Breakthroughs begin with a smart question. Thank you.